Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Face shave time. As you can see, I think I've got about 4 or 5 days growth. I'm not 100% sure. My last use with Sterling Ice Pineapple did cause me a few issues with my neck. I have been using this daily. Codex Beauty Skin Superfood, and it's been very, very good. It moisturises very well, it also absorbs quickly. It's got a lovely pleasant scent to begin with, but it does turn into like a sort of oily type smell. But the actual performance of it isn't questionable, and it uses a very small amount. And as you can see, my neck now looks back to normal. I just need to get rid of this hair. I'm going out with the wife shopping today. The Black Friday weekend special sales up in Perth. So we're going to head up there. I'm going to be using Mitchell's WoolFat. This is pretty much an every second shave soap for me at the moment. I absolutely love it. I love the scent. I love the performance. I think it's great. Now what I do is I get a little bit of water. Let's see. Can't see it. There's a bit of water in there. I'm going to use it as pre-shave. I've never done this before with pre-shave. With this soap, just going to wet the face. Pour it on my hands. And there's not loads. It's very milky. So slick. Right, that's it. It's a nightmare getting it off your hands, I tell you what. Right, the brush for today I've got soaking in here. You can see that's pretty much how I soak my knots, to that height, not any further. Even though most absorb moisture like the boar hair and stuff still absorb it up into the knot. But it's in there, it's in cold water, which straight out of the tap today was lukewarm water, it wasn't cold at all. Shake out most of the excess. The moisture on my hands, it's so moisturised just from having that bit of pre-shave on the pre-shave water. Now I'm not blooming the soap, all I'm doing is really softening the soap ready for use. So that is the soap there. I've got it squished into the bowl, I grated it and squished it, and here we go. Interesting to see how many hairs I lose from this knot today. I've done a little bit of work on it over the last couple of days while I've been waiting to do this shave. I took a photograph for my video about 3 days ago. So there's one hair's come out so far. I'll get it at the end. It's on top of the soap. So what I did was I brushed it, wet it, I lathered it a little bit, brushed it when it was damp, and then dried it off. And I've just done that, and it seems to have removed a lot of loose hairs. I was surprised how many sort of tangles and stuff was in this brush, and it seems to have got rid of most of them. Right, now this isn't a super long load, but I'm going to stick with it at that and just see what sort of lather I get from that. I'll just slightly wet my face. Scoop out the excess from the tub. So, Black Friday sales. Now, I'm not sure, to be honest, whether Cav actually run any Black Friday sales. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know whether they might have done like free shipping or something. I didn't actually ask, in all honesty. I do know that there's a few polished stainless razors still available, which I won't be getting in the den. I'm not. Cav have really looked after me and sending me stuff, and I wasn't expecting a polished stainless. They are expensive, they are time consuming, I can imagine. They are all hand polished. Let's paint this on from, oh sorry, the brush. It's a 24mm horsehair brush. It came from Graydog. You can see that lovely sort of pink wood up here, and then I think this is, oh, what kind of wood is this again? Oak? I think it's oak, from his back garden. But it's a stunning brush, absolutely stunning. Now the knot here, it's horsehair. I believe it's normally cut from the tail or the mane of the horse, and it doesn't hurt the horse at all. It's nothing to do with animal cruelty or anything. It's just that I believe that's how it's done. I haven't researched this, so don't quote me. But if you're certainly along that trying to steer clear of badger hair and boar hair because of the cruelty sort of thing, and certainly this is a good alternative, and it's all natural. This is probably my most eco-friendly brush. There's no animal cruelty that I know of. It's a wooden handle. Does it get much better than that? Other than the glue. The glue is obviously, I would imagine, synthetic or chemical based. Right, so let's just dip the tips, paint some water in. I'm not going to paint too much in. This is a very, very floppy brush. You can see how thin it is. There's not much hair in there. Just keep dipping. Let's split it out now. I've never lathered Mitchell's WoolFat, I think, with a horsehair. I don't think I've used a horsehair with it. But this would be a good test for it because it's a very floppy brush. And Mitchell's WoolFat gets a rap, and it used to get it from me of being a very difficult to lather soap, but to be honest with you, I have had absolutely zero problems with it since I received this tub. And it's quickly become pretty much the best soap in my den. Just lathering up like a champ. So far, I've lost one hair. Generally with a horsehair brush, the hairs I lose are during loading because the soap's dry, the brush is damp, and it sort of sticks to it and tugs a little bit, and I think it just pulls the loose ones out. I don't know about you guys, but that's a pretty good lather. It's not as good as I get with the Badger or my synthetics, definitely not. I mean, most people use these brushes for painting strokes. I like to split because what happens is sometimes the horsehair does become so tangled that your knot gets ruined. But I haven't found that, and I do find with the horsehair I don't generally swirl too much. I do more backwards, forwards motion. I don't know whether that helps, but that is good, dense, creamy lather. The brush is well loaded. And here we go. So the razor for today is probably my favourite colour combination on the calf. And it is the aluminium handle with the aluminium top cap and the stainless steel base plate. And I've got a second use vintage Perma-Sharp blade in there. These were kindly donated to me, or gifted to me from Kevy Shaves when I met up with him at the Gentleman's Groom Room in Dundee earlier this year. And it's a really, really nice blade. The first one I used wasn't great, but these ones have been excellent ever since. So here we go. It's a C plate, 0.85 blade gap, and just a great razor. As you can see, it's just knocked that down, easy peasy. And try not to use really much pressure at all. Right. One thing with a horsehair brush is you can't scrub very hard with it. It doesn't. There's no real face feel from it. If you're daily shaving, it's great because it is so soft. And generally doesn't cause any issues, you know, it is. Right, because my hair's got 4 days growth, let's try and do this right. So my hair grows this way. Over to about there. And then sort of down at that angle, I think. Well, yeah, I thought I got myself there. Bloody did, bastard. Lather actually needs a little bit more hydrating, so I'll do a little bit on the second pass. I thought I'd just make something tiny. It's been a while since I've had to shave this amount off, to be honest. A long while. Such a good soap. Right. Across the grain. I mean, these are excellent blades, but there's still not a patch on the Gillette Vintage. I just find Gillette Vintage blades and Gillette blades in general to be the best on the market, comfortably. I've moved my camera a little bit as well, so it's nearer the top of my head, so hopefully it picks up more of my neck. I think it does actually, just looking at the camera now. Right, so this technically is across the grain now on my neck. Nice light touch. Just a little bit of water. Such a slick soap. But as always with Mitchell's WoolFat, the biggest, the most impressive thing for me is the post-shave feel. And the rest of it's superb. Yeah, see the horsehair brush just has it. I don't think I've loaded it enough. It's giving me just enough, I think, to finish my shave. It's certainly got a lovely face feel. It's not a, and as you can see, I'm not losing any hairs, which is pretty impressive. I pretty much went through the same routine as I did with the Simpson Chubby 2. Well, obviously we know how that all ended. Now I will say,
yeah.
I do have another brush coming in. My bad or brush acquisition disorder has kicked in again. It's a hand side knot, it is badger. So hopefully, fingers crossed, third time lucky, I get a hand tie knot that doesn't shed. Now this isn't a rhodium knot, just so I know. I know a few guys know that I'm getting one. So smooth. Now I will say, the soap, even though it's still really slick, doesn't feel anywhere near as slick as it does when I use my Badger or a synthetic. The slickness is there, but it feels a little bit tuggy, and I don't know if you noticed in the razor there, especially in a few of those last strokes, the razor was sticking to my skin a little bit and sort of bouncing, which isn't great. It's not a true showing of this soap. As you can see, that's really wishy-washy. Hopefully I'll have enough that I can do this. Yeah, just a great soap. But it is a little bit, as I just explained there, it's not got that same properties today. It's not quite as slick. And I can feel that. I can definitely feel that it's not as slick. But shave is exceptional. Other than a little weeper on my chin, and my little nick, the skin feels great, the shave feels great, and I feel like I've got really any irritation. And I've got one little weeper down here. Nice splash of cold water. I've got one weeper, just a little nick in my chin, and one weeper there. Other than that, pretty darn good. Now let's just see. Rinse the brush out. Very easy brush to rinse out because it's so. Yeah, there's one there. Very, very fine one. So I've lost 3. There was one in the sink as well earlier, so 3 hairs. On average with this knot in particular from Graydog, I was losing about probably between 5 and 6. 5 and 6, 7 maybe per shave. Which with this knot I was expecting it. I did have a previous horsehair knot, but I wasn't a fan of the handle, but he just sent me to try the knot, and it was excellent. I didn't lose any hair, and it actually felt nicer than this one did. It was a little bit denser, it was set low, so it worked better. This one's got quite a high loft. But really it's quite sad that we've got a sort of mass-produced horsehair knot here, and I've lost 3 hairs from it. I haven't lost a single hair during that scrubbing period there on the top. Nothing's loose. Some of them look a little higher than others. Is that loose? Oh yeah, there's one. So there are 4 hairs, but that's it. Just nice and gently, just the tips on my fingers. There's another one, so 5. There we go. So I'm getting to the 5 and 6 mark again. But I'm not too worried about this one, to be honest. The problem I find, I think, is if I ever want to re-knot this, I don't think I'll be able to, because there's so much glue holding it in there. It's really well held in. I might be able to drill it out, I don't know. But I love the handle, it's so comfortable to hold. I love how he puts this big indent on the bottom here. You can sit your It sits right on the knuckle there, on the inside. Really comfortable to hold, nice weight, just a beautiful little brush. Anyway, the soap for today, Mitchell's WoolFat, made in Bradford, Yorkshire. Is that right? Yeah, Bradford, Yorkshire. I bought the one with the ceramic tub. That's the soap in there. I grated that, squished it all in. I have heard if you put the puck in there and just cover it in warm water, it'll actually expand and fill the whole jar with no gaps. Whether that, I don't know whether that works or not, but I'll probably try it. I think I'll probably buy a puck, use all this, and I'll be honest with you, I'll use this a lot quicker than expected. It's a hard soap, but it doesn't feel triple milled to me. You know, when I was grating it, it was really soft in my hands, so it was quite surprising. I thought it was going to be I get a lot more longevity out of it. And I load it here. Oh God, that's an amazing shave. I'm not even going to put any post shave on. That just feels insane. Such a good product, Mitchell's WoolFat. Original formula from 1893. And the ingredients list on it, I did have a read. They're actually pretty good. There's a couple of things in there that they still use today, but I'm not that bothered. You've got to die of something, haven't you? Carve Christopher Bradley razor in aluminium with a stainless base plate. I think the colour combo in that's not focusing, is it? There we go. I think the colour combo is outstanding. Silver and black, really nice. This is a C-plate, vintage perma sharp blade in there. It doesn't get much better than that, I'm afraid. That's an incredible shave compared to what I had last with my sterling. And I have passed my sterling on now. I've sold it, all my sterling soaps. I've just sold them, and I thought, I've got that many soaps that I really enjoy, and I do enjoy sterling. I love mentholated products. I just think I'm moving away from that now. I'm moving more towards lovely, more complex fragrance scents with, you know, like cologne type scents. I'm really enjoying them. And all the new stuff that's coming out from Barrister and Man and Tallow and Steel, you know, Noble Otter, even from Ariana and Evans, all that sort of stuff. The scents are just so complex and nice. And then I'm getting into more natural scents from like Face Fat and the Secret Artisan. They're all doing these natural scents, and even the ones from Sweden, the Swedish Witch, and can't remember the name of the other company, I'm really sorry. Just great products. I love the scents. So I'm sort of going that way. I'm trying to get to more towards natural scents, natural fragrances, natural soaps, natural products, albeit this isn't 100% natural. And I'm really enjoying vegetal based products as well. I think the vegetal base is getting better and better and better with all these new companies. They just seem to make them better. The Secret Artisan one's outstanding, and so is Face Fat. Face Fat's brilliant. You know, grooming department, vegetal, great stuff. And other than that, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to go out and enjoy the day with the wife. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.